Welcome to Fiwicampus. Introduce yourself.
Hey, greetings and salutations. I'm Sabrina Barnes, law student at the University of the West Indies. Yeah,
Alright, so who is Sabrina?
who is Sabrina? That's a loaded question, actually. Um, Sabrina is a 19-year-old youth leader, youth advocate, or marketing officer at Bob Marley Foundation, a first-year law student, a towerite at the Elsley Hall, and yeah, I'm a cultural connoisseur, creative, performing arts person. I think I show up as different persons in different spaces. Yeah.
Alright, so multifaceted.
Yeah.
So give us some accolades.
Some of my accolades. Okay, where should I start? Let's just go more recent. So I just graduated the Carrick College in Mandeville. I was the head girl. Had a bunch of badges. I was just really a well-rounded student. I was valedictorian of the sixth form class. I got a few scholarships to come here. And yeah, I was the chairperson of Jamaica Prefects Association, president of Manchester Parish Youth Council. I was really just the youth leader in Manchester, and now moving to Kingston for law school. I am, still leading in that space. I asked you.
So why law school?
Why law? I always wanted to be an attorney. From ever since I knew who Sabrina was, I wanted to be an attorney. So yeah, that's why I chose law. I couldn't imagine studying anything else really. Yeah.
That's it. Alright, law. And then, so what have you been doing? Like, I've seen you all about the place, you're doing all this youth leadership. How does that tie in with law, or is it just something that.
Well, outside of what people understand, law is really advocacy and representation. Obviously, not for the regular layman, but it's really in summation, advocacy and representation. And me out there doing leadership and philanthropy and charities and all that stuff is really a part of understanding how you can be a humanitarian. So I'm really interested in constitutional law, human rights law, data protection, and all that stuff to ensure that people are advocated for, that majority are taken care of, yes, but the marginalized groups are also taken care of just based on equity. So that's really how the law kind of playing with the other things that I do outside of the career aspect. Yeah.
Alright, so what has been like your proudest achievement?
Um, my proudest achievement. Okay, so in high school, I got a 7-year scholarship from first to upper six, and that scholarship is called the PCN Kids Award, and now I'm a PCN Kids board member. So it's like I got this money from all these people for 7 years, and now I'm at a place where even though I'm not giving back the money yet, I'm a board member. So I'm on the top of the hierarchy. I feel like that means a lot to me personally because they believed in me and they, continuously supporting me along the journey. So for me to be at the top, supporting other children through their journeys means a lot to me. So I have also awards for sure, like for performing arts. I write and do a lot of dubs and plays and skits and stuff. I have also awards in that capacity. I'm an academic. I have 22 sexy subjects, don't play. So I got awards for school, but I feel like that recognition means the most to me currently.
So your life seems to be heavily school based. What do you do for fun?
Oh gosh. It's heavily school based, but I will go out. I think I'm a socialite. I love to go to parties. I love to go to lines and to dinners. I love dressing up. I want a certificate in cosmetology, so I like looking, I like the notion of beauty and enhanced beauty and, yeah. And I do charities for fun too. That might not seem fun, but seeing other people smile and contributing to them, especially when they're unfortunate, yeah, I feel like it's a vibe. So outside of the partying and the networking, yeah, charities. I do those things for fun too.
So highlight some other charities that you've done or been a part of.
So, I for the past 2-3 years, I've been doing my own back to school drives in Mandeville. So I've had the Mustard Seed community benefit from my back to school drive, the Woodlawn School of Special Needs, and I also have a trip coming up in December. I do period poverty drives too. So I recently donated a period cupboard from Free Little Cupboard to Christiana High School. Um, I did like a little seminar here at the University of the West Indies. I did hand out some free period packages to the ladies. Over 78 ladies got packages on the day. And yeah, I do also donate to other causes. So Mary C. Cole has a period poverty cupboard. I've stacked it multiple times. And yeah, I'm trying to help out anywhere else I can.
Alright, so well-rounded, good citizen. So where did it really start? You help the need for you to help others, or just advocate in general?
I think when I was a child, I grew up with my parents always, giving back around at Christmas time. I lived in the Royal Flat in my more formative years, and there was a home close by, it was like walking distance, Windsor Lodge. And like the things that I wouldn't use, because I was also a kid, I never know to ride a bicycle. I never used the toys I got for Christmas. So instead of just having it around, that other children don't have toys. So, I used to donate from I was a girl. And then, like when I was 16, I went to this little forum in Kingston. And this man, he was moderating and he was like asking all the young people what they can contribute to society. And I was the only one there from Mandeville. And he picked on everybody else from town and picked on me. He never picked on me at all. I'm going to tug him like a jacket and take the microphone from him, literally take the microphone from him. And then I told him I had something to say and I said it. And then from then, I kind of just came out of my box because I was always personified, but I was always on the reserve side because I never really found my identity and my footing yet. But after that, yeah, I was just really outspoken and I just started doing more. And it just kind of move off from there.
Yeah. So you seem to be a very confident and sound individual.
Mm-hmm.
What would you have for other young ladies that are trying to getting themselves out there, finding themselves, especially in like the university space?
Well, I feel for me, confidence happens in different spheres. So you see me here being confident like in the work that I do and how I present myself, but trust there are other times where I have self-doubt. So it's natural to always doubt yourself. But for ladies out there, I feel like it's our world now. It's time for us to show the world what we're made of and to use our talents and attributes to good use. Being scared is no excuse. Like I like saying to just do it. So even if you are scared and you don't want to put yourself out there, just do it. You never know what opportunities might come your way after just trying. And I feel like we have the notion that when we try something, we have to master it. But the first draft is always the first step. So you might not master it, or you might not win the competition, or nobody might not pay no mind, or you might post on any social media and only get one like. That's just the first step towards greatness. So stop trying to win, try for the experience and try to master it during. Confidence is not a one destination, it's a process. So you have to understand that putting yourself out there is really just the first step. You have to continuously put yourself out there. There are going to be drawbacks and everything, but it's going to be worth it.
Keep doing it.
Keep doing it. It's going to be worth it. And it's also going to be gratifying because there's going to be at least one person that's going to see you and say you're doing something good, and that should be enough motivation to continue.
Yeah. So speaking of people seeing you doing good, how have you been recognized for your efforts?
I mean, other from the awards, I have a lot of people who follow me on Instagram or TikTok, and they'll text me some paragraphs and they'll tell me that this is inspiring to them, how they can be a part of it. I've had corporate Jamaica sponsor some of these events that I try to do because they see the work. So I feel like that is also gratifying, and it shows that you can keep going because it is compensating for the work that you've been doing. And currently I'm studying at university and a dime is not coming out of my pockets. So it is compensating in different ways, for sure.
For sure. And then has there been role models like who in your life or who do you look up to? You know?
So in my life currently, my father, a lot of young ladies probably can't attest to this fact, but I do have a very present father in my life. Me and my mother, kind of a rocky relationship, but I love her nonetheless. But my father has always been omnipresent. He's always just been, supportive of everything. I feel like I'm a daddy's girl, and I feel like that helps any young lady in life because you are not easily exploited or you're not, easily swayed by any matter. You are grounded because you have a father that is principled in your life. So my father is definitely a role model to me. But outside of my family context, Miss Cadine Wilkinson, aka Miss Kitty, oh my God, love her till I die. She is the epitome of what it means to be a young, striving woman in this space. She is very outgoing and confident, and she's just in her element, and she has built her brand. So I definitely either want to be like her or better in the future. I feel like I'm on my way there. So yeah, love me a Miss Kitty.
So if you could say something to Miss Kitty right now, what would you tell her?
That I love her. That she is great. Like literally this morning on CBM, I shouted her out and it was playing and I watched it and I was like, yeah!
You were on
Girl,
CBM this
hit me up.
morning?
Yeah. Like I said that because I co-host New Stock here on campus on Fridays, straight up, no chaser, every morning. And one of the hosts for New Stock is Raymond Price. So I'm like, sir, you want to do something for me. I did a little video shouting her out and, telling her how much she means to me and how much, without her knowing, she's inspired me. So yeah, she knows who I am.
I never know
sure.
who you yourself are inspiring.
Right. You know?
Cause been see the name coming up, Sabrina Barnes. Lots of people recommend that you come on Fiwicampus, share your story. Mm-hmm. So let's touch back a little bit of that. So like, what were like the hardships?
Wow.
Just balancing school, life, social life. What's up?
I was hoping you would never ask that. I was just hoping that all the positive stuff would be here. To be honest, being somebody that is always trying to be on top of your game, trying to always do good, it always comes from somewhere. Anybody with an inspiring story or tries to do good in society normally has something in their life that either triggers it or allows it to make them feel better. For me, growing up, I had a lot of family issues. Trust. I went through it. I was easily depressed, crying off. So I always got involved in like extracurriculars or things that I love to mask that pain, And I feel like it was actually bringing me real joy to see other people smile even when deep down I felt like I wasn't having a good day or having a good time. So definitely my mental health was one of the hardest parts of, maintaining. Throughout all of this, my mental health was something that I struggled with. But it also underscores the point that when you do good in society, sometimes it do good to you. So I used to have the thing where I'd be like, when you lose yourself in service, you find your best self. So even though I was doing all these things and I was like, I don't know how I'm feeling right now, but I'm going to do it nevertheless, life goes on. If you want ball today, life will still happen. So I try to use the things I love and I enjoy to actually build my mental health. Right now, I feel like I'm in a better place than where I'm coming from. Still a work in progress. School, I did 22 subjects in high school, so definitely I think I learned how to counterbalance. I don't think balance is an actual term for me. Whenever I needed to prioritize school, I had to, regardless. I had exams to pass and, people to make proud. So I had to prioritize school, but I also had to prioritize charities when that time came around. So I learned how to counterbalance life from in high school. So now I'm trying to use the same strategy. Is it working? We will find out.
Because university
is different.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I'm a law student, which means that it's a little bit more demanding, a lot of cases to read, a lot of work to do for your tutorials, a lot of, multi
Yeah, the workload is going to definitely be a lot for you.
It is.
And then you're also trying to continue your social activities,
Exactly.
Um,
Little bit enough.
you did a drive recently. Give us an insight on that.
Well, the drive. So the drive is supposed to have two aspects now because obviously I dedicate to each home or community that I give back something. They did get stuff, however, for December I'm gonna have a special treat because due to the hurricane that we had in the summer, kind of push back. So I actually have a lot of donations I got after the fact, and I need to give them to those who I know are unfortunate and need these supplies. So I plan to have a little part two in December when I go back down to Mandeville. But it has been good, donating to at least 38 children. Because I believe that education is one of those tools that you can use to propel yourself in life. And unfortunately, children don't need to be worrying about how they're going back to school September. I don't believe in all of that. And
Yeah.
because I got a scholarship for 7 years of high school, I technically never had to worry about the next year. But a lot of students don't share that same sentiment. So I was wondering how I could bridge the gap between me going to school and other people who I know can go to school, even though I don't have the money to send them to school. So organizing the drive meant that even though it's not my money, I'm just pulling resources from people who I know with money or I know can donate and just putting it together to give to somebody. So it's just really seeing the need and trying to fill the gap.
I feel it. I,
Oh my.
Alright, Sabrina Barnes, thank you for being on Fiwicampus. Big
Thank
up who for
you.
big up, and most of all, big up Fiwicampus.
Yeah, so yeah, I like the platform. Love Fiwicampus. Love the fact that you're sharing different stories and allowing people to see a little bit deeper than what meets the eye. Obviously, seeing me, I know probably have different notions. And yeah, thank you for having me. It was a fun time for sure.
For sure.